right, who would like to read me the directions? Kaylee, go ahead.
Use the associative property to rewrite each expression. Solve using this and then complete the number sentences.
Okay, so we have our problem right here, which is 30 times 24. That would not be an easy number to move around in the place value, right? In our place value chart. What number do we always want to have when we're putting numbers in a place value chart? Brendan?
10.
A 10, because a 10 is what helps us switch place values. So they set it up and we have a 10. What did they break up to get a 10 right there? Maya?
3.
Yeah, there should be a 3 right here because they took that 30 and they split it up into a 10, and 10 times 3 equals 30, right? You guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay. But what's the problem with this? There's something wrong with this that we wouldn't be able to make it work in our place value chart.
Oh, I see.
Jacob?
Because
We have the 10, but something with the parentheses isn't right. It won't work for us to put in the place value chart.
Because it's not in the right spot. It should be at 10 and 24.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter what if the 10 or the 3's in the parentheses, but what number must we have in the parentheses?
The biggest number.
The biggest number. We need that big number in the parentheses to get us started. So we can just scooch the parentheses. So what number goes here? 3. All right, we'll wait to answer it until we do it. So, how do I start? I start with what?
24 in the place value chart.
Well, pretend that in any case, no matter what we have, no matter what numbers we have,
Biggest number.
my biggest number, where do I find that number? Inside of what?
Inside.
Inside the parentheses, yep. So I go in my parentheses and I look for my big number. In this case, what's our number? 24. So go ahead and place 24 into your place value chart. 2 10s and 4 1s. All right, what's my next step? Please make sure you stay with me, okay? I don't want you to get ahead. Alex, what's my next step? I put my 24 in there, so what do I do next? Yeah, my 10 tells me since I multiply by 10, I always know when I multiply by 10, what do I have to do? Just scooch a place value, yep. So I'm going to take my 10s, I'll bring them here. And I'm going to take my 1s and bring them to the 10s. But I'm not quite done yet, am I? I have one step left, one more thing to multiply. What number do I have to multiply still? Zachary, what number do I have to multiply still? 3. So how can I show that? Go ahead, Zachary. Yep, 3 groups of each number. So I need how many hundreds? 6, yep. 3 groups of 2. And what about my 10s? I have 4 10s. So I need 3 groups of 4 for a total of 12. Ella?
I think we could move 10 of the 10s to the hundreds.
Oh, what do you guys think about that? Ella says we can move 10 10s and have 1 extra in the hundreds. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
All right. So I take these 10s, and how many do I bring over? Just 1. Because am I multiplying?
No.
Nope. I'm just bringing this one over. All right, so let's count them up and see what we have. How many hundreds do I have now? 7. How many 10s?
2.
How many 1s?
0.
So what is 30 times 24?
701.
Awesome. All right, let's scooch down. We're doing good. All right, so here's our problem. 40 times 43. So they already took 40 and they split it up into 4 times 10. Does 4 times 10 equal 40? Yeah, awesome. So what number do they have to bring down still?
43.
43. Uh-oh, what's the problem with this equation? Brendan?
There is the biggest number we have is in the
Uh-oh, the biggest number is not in the parentheses. So below, what do we have to do? Yep, put the 43 in there. So all I did in that second step was just scooch the parentheses over. All right, let's get to work. What do we need to do first?
Put our biggest number in the place value chart.
All right, what's our biggest number?
43.
43. So I have 4 tens and how many ones? 3. Okay? What's my next step?
Multiply by 4.
Alex, make sure you're doing this with me, please. Multiply by what?
4. 10.
I always have to do what's in the parentheses. I've only done one thing in the parentheses so far. So what's my next thing? Multiply by 10. How do I multiply by 10 in a place value chart?
You just scoot. You put the other number into the other.
Scooch them over, right? You guys need to go over here, and you will go here. So how many hundreds do I have now?
4.
4. And how many tens? 3. All right, so I multiply by 10. I'm going to put a little check mark so I remember I did it. All right, and my last step. What's my last step? Everyone, what's my last step?
Multiply by 4.
All right, so how do I multiply by 4 in a place value chart?
Give them each 4 of that number.
Yep, they all need 4 groups of the number they have. So, how many are here?
16.
16 total, right? Because I'll have 4 groups of 4. All right, and then I need 4 groups of 3. These look like pretty big numbers, though. Yeah, I think we're going to have to do some rearranging here. So let's see, how many tens do we have?
12.
12. So what can I do with 12 tens?
You can move 10 over and make it 1.
Okay, so I'll make a group of 10. And then I'll scooch them over here. And how many do I add to this side? 1. All right, and now how many hundreds do I have?
17.
17. So how can I make that into a more manageable number? Zachary?
And 10 of them to the 1,000.
All right, so I'm going to take 10 of these guys, and I'm going to bring them over to the thousands. How many do I put in the thousands?
1.
Just 1. All right, anything else we need to do before we figure out our number?
No.
All right, so let's start bringing stuff down. How many thousands?
1.
How many hundreds?
7.
How many tens?
2.
How many ones?
0.
All right, what is 40 times 43?
1,720.
Woohoo, look at us multiplying these big numbers. All right, let's keep working together, okay? All right, 30 times 37 is our next problem. Ooh, they didn't give us very much right here. All they gave us was a 3 and then a couple blanks. Who has an idea of what goes into these blanks right here? Jocelyn, what do you think?
First one, the first blank after 3 times is 10.
Yep, because 3 times 10 makes which one of these numbers?
30.
Yeah, and so what goes in the other blank, Jocelyn?
37.
Perfect. Uh-oh, we have a problem, though. What's our problem? Mackenzie?
37 has to be in the parentheses.
Perfect. So let's just scooch our parentheses and make sure that 37 is in there. All right, if you guys would like to do the work by yourself, go ahead. If, I'm going to do it up here at the same time if you want to follow along with me, okay? You may either do it by yourself, or you may follow along with me. So the first thing I'm doing is putting my big number into my chart. And then I'm going to multiply by 10, which means to do what?
Switch them all in place value.
Yep, exactly. Thanks, Aiden. And then I have one more step yet. Multiply by 3. How can I show multiplying by 3 in a place value chart? Kaylee? Yep, 3 groups of each number. So that leaves me with 900. And 3 times 7 is 21. All right, so we have some pretty major regrouping this time, right? Because I have one group of 10, 5, I forgot to add one in there. How many 10s can we bring to the 100 spot in this one? 2, yeah. How many 10s does that leave us with? Just 1, yeah. All right, so let's bring our numbers. Oh, can I regroup here too? 3, 6. Oh, yeah. What did you guys get for your answer? Shout it out.
1,110.
Awesome, me too. Awesome job. All right. Here's our next page. All right, friends, let me give you some instructions, okay? I'm going to let you do number 2, letters A and B, on your own or with someone at your, or with your group. I'm not going to have you move seats, but with your group. So basically you're doing the exact same thing. You're separating these numbers just like we did in the last page and then putting them into a place value chart. The only thing that's not there is that they didn't draw those things in for you. So you just have to do it, okay? And then we will come back and do 3 and 4 in a little bit.